How you doing, everybody? Another EDC video. We're gonna try to do Wednesday EDC for you guys, and it's gonna be a little bit of discussion more than anything. And we're talking about one of the big things in EDC is knives. EDC is everyday carry. Not everybody carries a knife, but a lot of people do. So it does have some relevance and something we should discuss and talk about. And number one thing you should consider, as I try to fix the camera a little bit here, the one thing you should start and consider first is your area. What are the rules for carrying a knife? There's some places that won't let you. There's some places that let you carry certain things and certain not things. Like certain states will not let you carry a speed opening or assistant opener if you must, whichever way you'd like to call it. But once you get past that aspect, oh, and the length too is another thing that is part of everything with the what type of knives. But I like to discuss it. But oh, before that, give that thumbs up and hit that subscribe so you're subscribed to the channel. And you see all these cool videos as they come out there and trying to widen up it just a tad bit more. There we go. That's perfect. We get everything in the shot. So hit that subscribe. We're trying to hit that 1,000. Please help us get there, and to all those who have, thank you. Like I said, I'm going to do a little bit of change to the channel in the next few weeks. And of course, once we hit that 1,000, we can put some more stuff into the videos. And like I said, thank you guys so much for everybody that did. Now, with knives, type, after you get what type you can carry, consider what do you need to carry. Do you want a big knife? Why do you need a big knife? And first and foremost, collecting knives, collecting EDC does not mean you have to have the $400 knife, the $1,000 knife. You could have the $5 Walmart special. You could have the $20 Kershaw. You could have the $100 whatever Kershaw Benchmade, whichever one you want. Guess what? Don't be making fun of people or telling people just because you don't have the $1,000 knife, you're not a real EDC person. You're not a real knife person. That's complete bull. You collect what you want to. What makes you happy. It's about you. EDC, everyday carry, is about you and what you need to carry with you to make your life easier. If a $5 knife makes your life easier, and then maybe later on you want to upgrade or you just want to stay with that $5, go for it. It's what makes you happy. We're here to make you happy. And I got a few examples here because I've carried quite a different array of knives. Now, if you're a working person, of course you're going to carry a different knife. But before we get into that, we'll talk about, you may just want a small knife. You may want a bigger knife. You might want an assistant opener, a non-assistant opener that just pulls open. You want an older looking knife like one of these. It's kind of got an older look, kind of a classic, if you would. It's a Kershaw, of course. I really enjoyed carrying this one. I used to carry this a lot, and I should honestly carry it again because I really like the design on this and everything. I have a little lanyard on there. I do have another one, but you could have wood. This is a wood on it. Well, maybe it's a plastic. This is a wood. You could have wood scales on it, and that's another style. You could have a, make sure, again, your state allows you to carry this. You could have a fixed blade that goes to your belt. You may want to carry that, or you may want to carry something with a plastic or a nylon or a ballistic type of scale. Or something like this that doesn't have any scale. It's a straight metal, or like the Cairo is another one. Straight up metal assistant opener. It's very nice knives to have. But that will determine what you need. Now, I would work it towards the aspect of yourself. Now, when I'm out and about, I'm going to carry something like this. Maybe like the little, as you can see, I like Kershaw and I like Victorinox. Little something like that. You know, I don't need something major. Most of the time it's for cutting boxes, rope, whatever. This stuff like that. Now, if you're working, that's what I would carry on me if I'm in jeans and stuff like that. If I'm working in an office, I would carry something small like this, because if you pull something like this out to do something with that little tiny blade, No one's gonna bat an eye. No one's gonna freak out. No one's gonna be like, oh my god, you're carrying a knife. No. This, compared to this, people, is a big difference. So, if you're working in an office, I would carry something like this and or something like this. It's a bigger blade, but I think everybody in the world, even if they don't know the name, has seen or knows a Victorinox. They know the style, they know the way it is. So they're not going to be alarmed and freaked out when they see something like this. And if you don't want to freak them out even more, because obviously this thing has several little tools on it, you can pull out the little knife, which I do have to clean because I was opening stuff the other day. But you can open that. I have a little thing to hold it and everything. You can take something like that. Now, when I'm home, I'm most of the time carrying this. Why? Because sometimes I have to fix stuff around the house, and as you can see, I was taking apart boxes and processing them for recycling. But this one, it has the knife, it has the regular blade, the serrated blade, and it has this. And this is a Walmart special. They do sell it on Amazon now, and you can put your little bits in. You gotta walking around the house, something's a little loose, you just pop out your thing, and you're ready to go. You're able to tighten it, fix things up. Stuff like that. Now, that's just for around the house, or I would carry something like this. Now, if you're a working person, you work on sheetrock, you work on electrician, stuff like that, so you have to cut into walls and whatnot, I would go, or you may want to go with something like this. This is a Husky sheetrock knife. So there it tells you that the blade is sharp. Got a little bit of rust in there. I did change the blade out, so I forgot to clean that out. And then you have your little area for more blades over here. This is something you may want to carry if you work in that industry, carpentry, stuff like that, to score the wood in order to cut it. You might want to carry something like that because it fits the purpose for you. So that would be your everyday carry because that's something you do. Now, with the Victorinox, like I said, I have this little lanyard on there to put in my pocket, but I also have the case it came with. I used to put a flashlight on the side. It kind of got worn out and beat up, so kind of took it off. But you can get cases separately for them, or sheets. Shouldn't say case, I should say sheet. Now, if you work more along the lines of electrician, well, not so much electrician because this is not safe to touch wires, but you know, plumbing, stuff like that, mechanics. This, you got pair of pliers with you. If it was spring loaded, I'd be even happier, but you got a nice pair of pliers. And also, you have your kind of flat blade for scraping stuff, and you have your other blade, which also is, that's another thing you can add, another aspect. You want serrated blade with the regular blade, or you just want a straight blade. And this has several tools on it, so if you're working on stuff, this is quite a handy little gadget. I know someone that works in the maintenance field, and they have one of these with them all the time. Another person that works maintenance, they have, I think it's the Gerber one that just kind of shoots the little pliers out of the top. That's really cool. I like those. But you know, like I said, a fixed knife. If you want a fixed knife, you can get something like this. I have a few different fixed knives. I just took one out for an example for our discussion. But make sure it fits to you. Maybe you just want something that looks really cool, kind of like a butcher type with a big belly on it. You could get something like this. Not serrated, like the other one, serrated. Not serrated. It does have some jimping on top. And of course, if you get a knife, like this wasn't super expensive. If it didn't have the jimping on top, or you don't like the jimping, you could take a grinder, grind it off, put some more of your own on there. You got something down. You can change it. It's not set in stone. It's your knife. You do what you want with it. It's what makes you happy. That's what it is. Like I wanted to put something along in here, like paint or something, but I haven't gotten around to it. And this is a cool knife as well. Not serrated. It's a straight blade. But that's another aspect you can look into, a straight blade. What are the ones serrated here? This is a little $5 Walmart one. It sticks a little, but it's small. It's not intimidating if you pull something like this out. That's another thing. You want to think about where you're pulling it out. If you're about a bunch of knife guys and you pull something like that, they're going to be like, oh, dude, I like that. Cool, man. I'm into that. If you're not around a bunch of people like that and you pull something out that, you might freak them out and they might be, what the hell's wrong with this guy? But you know, this one, it has a little screwdriver bit here, lanyard, little bottle popper if you need to. And it's a nice little blade. It's not, I mean, it's bigger than a Victorinox, but it's not going to freak somebody out. So there you have it. That's my little gist on the situation. If it's everyday carry, make sure, number one, it fits your rules of where you live. Number two, make sure it fits what you want. Number three, make sure it serves its purpose for what you're using it for. When I say what you want, do you want this type of scales or that type of scales? Make sure that the type of blade and length. Then you can move into the aspect of, is it fit you? If you're working on drywall, that. If you're working on maintenance, that. So make sure it fits you. That's the most important part. What fits you becomes useful for you and makes you happy. So there you have it. That's my little story about all this. And thank you so much for tuning in. And like always, people, have a great, great day.